ultimately, everything that we create in our life, whether that be something physical, whether it be an experience, we have to create it in our minds first. Hello and welcome to this week's episode. So before we start, can I just say that my microphone has broke. So my sound isn't going to sound great. So if you can stick with me throughout this, I would really appreciate it. I am getting this sorted as soon as possible, but I'm recording off my Mac microphone. So if it sounds tinny, that is why, but there's lots of useful information here, so please stick around, So today is the first in a 4-part series where I share with you my secrets here at the Wedding Planning Collective. And these are 4 key elements in which I use every single day in everything that I do. So I take these four elements into consideration when working with my couples, when working on my courses, my membership, my podcast. These 4 things are hugely important to everything that I do. They're actually part of my mission. I think it's important that I share this with you because you too can use this in everything that you do. You can use this to make an easier wedding planning process, but you can also adopt these 4 elements and use them for, say, if you're moving house, or maybe you're creating your own business, maybe you're moving job. You can take these elements and use it to feel better about things, get clear about things, and see things in a different way. So what are these 4 key elements? So they're the dreaming and visualization phase. They're the decision-making phase. We have being true to you and wellness and mindset. And they're all really, really important for everything that we do in life, really. So today we're going to start with the dreaming phase. And I love this phase because ultimately, everything that we create in our life, whether that be something physical, whether it be an experience, we have to create it in our minds first. And our minds are powerful because it helps us also manage expectations, but it also helps us to create beautiful experiences in our life. So I want you to do this too. I want you to adopt this practice too. Now, it's not childish to do this. It's not childish to daydream or visualize or, go off and think big and dream big. Not at all. What your mind believes, your body achieves. And so you have to create that mindset within you. Dreaming and visualizing is heavily important, and it isn't something that is taken lightly. If you know anything about the incredible boxer, Muhammad Ali, he used an incredible visualization technique, which he coined the future history technique. And this is all about how he managed to predict the outcome of every match he ever fought. How? He thought about it first. He thought about what he wanted. He created the outcome that he wanted. And this isn't just a airy-fairy thing. People do it all the time. Athletes, musicians, actors, those people do this. Conor McGregor, he's famous for doing this. I'm sure Harry Styles does this. Now, if you want to know more about how to create a future history, you literally just Google it. It is so profound, and you can just sit there and think about what you want to achieve. And as long as you start taking the actions to do that, because obviously Muhammad Ali just wasn't sitting there thinking, I want to, win such and such match. He was actually training. He was doing all the other things as well as visualizing. So you can't just sit there, click your fingers and wait for it to come. You have to take action too. So if they can do it and they can achieve these incredible things, so can you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little challenge to get you started. And it's very, very easy. It's very, very simple. And you probably already started this already. So you're already visualizing your big day. So first of all, it's all about being inspired, and it's all about dreaming big. And I want you to dream as big as you can for your wedding day, because ultimately we want this to be the biggest and best day ever. We want to only do this once in our life. So we want to make it the best experience we can. What I want you to do is collect images. Now you're probably thinking, okay, Kel, I want you to start collecting the images that feel good to you, that stir something inside you, like, oh, that looks really, really nice. I'd love that. That looks good. I like that. And just start cherry picking and collecting them. Now, if you go onto Pinterest, you can create a Pinterest board, which is fab. You can save everything in there. However, if you want to be a bit more neat, like me, you can create categories now. So you can categorize them into, say, dresses, invitations, food, that kind of thing. And you can list them and add them to those categories. Now you can choose anything, and it doesn't have to be like wedding related. Maybe you see on Pinterest a seashell, and that seashell has beautiful colors on it. Like, you know what, I love those colors. Save it into a folder and just put color inspiration. You know, these kinds of things, and just get inspired and fired up. You know, we're not saying right now you've got to decide your whole wedding. Right now, we're just dreaming and getting inspired. And you may come across things that you never even thought would fill you with joy and inspire you to have things on your big day. Because people are great, because they can share all these ideas on Pinterest. And you can go, actually, that would work on our day. That vibes with us. That's what we want to create. We want to create that feeling, and then you can pin it. So what we're doing is we're building up an ideal dream picture of our wedding day, just in a load of images. And what we want to do is turn this into a vision board for you, or a mood board for you. Our minds naturally start to group things together. So whilst you're liking something and you're feeling really good about it, it will naturally, pick something else that goes with it. So naturally our minds are creating a kind of cohesive theme without us even knowing. So this is great if you have no idea what colors, what aesthetic to have for your wedding, because our minds are already doing it. Our minds are already picking those up. Now, if you're somebody who just loves everything, like you're inspired by everything, it's not actually coming up with a cohesive theme, and you're like, I'm lost. It's just a mixed match of things. I don't know what I'm doing, Cal. Take a step back, right? And whatever you've saved in those boards, you will find one or two things that should go together. And if they do, and you're liking them, look in your folder and literally take away things that don't vibe with that thing. And then you'll naturally start to collect more images along that thing. So if you are somebody who has shiny object syndrome, you're just saving everything for the sake of it, or you're like, oh, but there's a little bit in a picture, and maybe it's a wedding invitation, right? The color scheme is not with you, you don't vibe with it, but actually the font is beautiful. What I would say is create a folder, create a category and name it something like miscellaneous. And then on the pin, you can actually add a comment. That comment can be something like, love the font, not keen on everything else. And just save it in there. Things like dresses, styling, color schemes, you can have as big categories, and you know exactly what goes in there. But if there's an image that's not 100% going into any category, do a miscellaneous folder and add a comment. Now, if you don't want to go onto Pinterest, that's fine. Pinterest is a search engine. It's not a social media platform. People get this a little bit confused. So the search engine is something like Google. So what you would do is you would search what you want, and it will pull all these things up. And it's a little bit more creative, a little bit more broad on Pinterest. So I would highly recommend going on there. But if you don't, that's absolutely fine. If you've got Instagram or Facebook, you can do something similar. So Instagram, for instance, you can create a folder, And you can have this private, or you can have someone collaborate with you. Now, if you turn on the collaboration tab, it means you and your partner can actually save things to folders, and each of you will see, which is really, really cool. The only downside to that is you can't add comments, like you can't go, oh, I'm inspired by this, or I'd love this for this. It's just you're saving somebody else's Instagram post to a folder. Another one is, as I briefly mentioned, it's called Lemon8. Now, Lemon8 is a new app. It's not really been around that long. I'm on there, I'm fumbling around trying to figure things out. But because it is a kind of cross between Instagram and Pinterest, you get this different vibe than you would just Instagram. So once you've found harmony and you found what how you're going to do this, you might even want to go old school, save a folder onto your laptop and do it that way, save images, or cut and paste from magazines. I mean, cool. So once you've found all your images and you found that kind of flow and vibe, and you're loving the things that you've pinned and it's inspiring you, that's the main thing, it's inspiring you, I want you to choose between 20 to 30 images maximum from different categories. So if you've got different categories on Pinterest, choose the best ones basically, and I want you to then head on over to Canva or just save them onto your phone and just kind of make a vision board. And this you can just pin up and have in your office or have in your room, be inspired by it. Write inspirational quotes on there, how you want to feel. I want to feel incredible. It's going to be the best day of my life. It's important to kind of feel confident whilst you're doing this. You might not be used to this, and that is fine. But have fun. Don't rush this process. Try, if you can, not to pin absolutely everything, because that's where, shiny object syndrome comes in. You're saving everything for the sake of it, and there's no kind of real thought or intention. It's just save, 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 save. Try and spot the kind of trends for you, not trends, but the trend in what you're saving, kind of the theme in what you're saving, and save your images onto a vision board on Canva. There's free templates on there. You don't have to spend money to do this. Just sign up for Canva, use the free one, and there's like a template. Upload your images to there, whack it on, and you're done. That's first part of dreaming, creating that vision board. Not only that though, this little vision board will help you with your suppliers. They'll love you because you've got something there that they can see and that they can go, actually, yeah, I can do that. It might be, say you've pinned a certain bouquet and you love the flower on it. They can go, actually, that flower won't be in season at the time that you're getting married, but we've got an alternative. If you want to learn how to turn your vision board into your own bespoke wedding brand, then I've got a free masterclass coming up on the 8th of August. And this will show you everything that you need to know to create your own bespoke wedding brand. And I'm talking learning what branding is and how to apply that to your wedding and why it's important. It's going through color schemes and how to use color effectively on your big day. I'm talking about wedding logos. I'm talking about how to use these things. So whether that's on your invitations, maybe it's a cocktail topper, maybe it is artwork for your house, maybe it is branding for your own business. You can use all this knowledge that I'm giving to you. Now, you can create a cohesive and a comprehensive wedding brand without the hefty price tag. Because this is a free masterclass, I will run through how you can do this all for free. And if you want to spend a little bit of money on certain systems and things and how to use that, such as Canva, you can go to Pro, and how to use that effectively. I will also go through all of the lessons but the lessons are delivered in a different way. So I'm not asking you to turn up live for this. I'm not asking you to take time out of your day, like in the evening or on the weekend. This is a masterclass experience, meaning that this is delivered straight to your inbox every day. So from the 8th of August, an email will be sent to you at 10 a.m. here, UK time, and it will arrive into your inbox with the first lesson. And every day I want you to implement what you've learned. And then the next day you'll get the next lesson. So this happens for 7 days. Once the 7 days is up, you've got access to the whole masterclass for 1 week. 1 week. That 1 week, if you want to go through it again, you can. Maybe you're somebody who likes to binge watch things and get things all done all in one go. You'll have a week to do that and complete that. Comes with a beautiful workbook as well, so you can write down everything that you've learned and what you're implementing, how you're creating your big day. And then at the end, on the 22nd of August, access to the masterclass is restricted. You can no longer access it. So it is kind of like you have to get in there and work quite quickly. So the masterclass is restricted, and that means that it goes onto my courses and it will be retailed at £280. So you want to get in quick. The sign up will be down below and it starts on the 8th. If you've got any questions at all, drop me a message, a DM on Instagram, a DM on Instagram even, and I will be there to answer any questions that you have. But for now, I hope that you go through all of this vision board making and dreaming, sit there, maybe even thinking about it, journal about it, dream big. And I will see you next week where I'll go through decision making and how this is important and how to do this effectively without feeling guilt or all of the yucky stuff that comes with making decisions. So I hope you have a great week, and I hope you have a great time dreaming and making that vision board. Make sure to sign up.